I'm here today to express my concerns based on past board decisions and how that behavior may impact current decisions relevant to the transparency and democratic process concerning the voice of the community. I ask myself, will the board consider a democratic approach that reflects the investment made by tax dollars in the voice of this community, or one solely controlled by the interests of the majority of this board, asking a few people to make that recommendation? Fortunately, the decision is straightforward: the voice of a few, or the voice of the community that chose to provide input. A few examples of past decisions would include the board voting 7-2 in favor of adding COVID experimental injections to the province's mandatory vaccine for eligible students back in September 13, 2021. Phase 1, 2, and 3 trials of the Pfizer treatment were to be completed on May 15, 2023, but have been extended to February 8, 2024. I had to ask myself, if I was in the position of having the health, safety, well-being of children in my care as a core responsibility, would it be prudent to me to do my due diligence and ensure that my decision, not some unaccountable public health body, would result in exactly that, their health, safety, and well-being? To be aware of a product that anyone can unassailably state has no short-term or long-term safety data.
Mr. Mirt?
Yes. Is there a problem?
Yes. Can you keep your remarks confined to the trustee vacancy rather than
100%,
I understand
100% shows the past actions of the board and how they lead to how this particular one is working. So I have to show those examples so that I can put in context what I'm speaking about.
without all the extra about your opinion.
I cannot do that.
Point of order.
Sorry,
Point of order.
that's not acceptable.
Trustee Watson?
The delegate is just trying to establish a pattern and using different examples to drive.
Yeah, this is
Mr. Mirt, please. I am talking with Trustee Watson right now on a point of order, please.
Unbelievable.
I would allow the delegation.
Trustee Watson?
Thank you. I would allow the delegation to continue. I'm sure you'll have different examples. He has his 10 minutes, and I think it's important just to hear what he has to say.
I recognize that he has his 10 minutes, and I recognize that he has examples. What I'm asking is to not go off on a tangent on each of those examples.
No tangents.
And I
This is
would
very specific.
respectfully disagree. He wasn't going on a tangent until he was interrupted, and then he obviously got upset. Please let the delegation.
I have ruled against your point of order about the tangent. Thank you.
So I'll start from the beginning.
Not from the beginning. Not from the beginning, please.
Listen, I am here to do a delegation with regards to what's going on here with the replacement members of the going to be on the board of trustees, okay?
I'm not going to debate with
But
you.
you are debating with me.
I'm asking you to please.
I am on the topic and very relevant.
On a tangent on each topic.
Yeah, sure. So
Without
From the
going
top?
out on a tangent, not from the top, we have paused the timer.
this is ridiculous.
Continue.
I'm appalled. I'm just unbelievable. I'm embarrassed on your behalf. So, to be aware of a product that can unassailably state that no short-term, long-term safety data, and at the time the studies made us aware that healthy children statistically were at zero risk of COVID. A report from Israel dated May 27, 2023.
Mr. Mayor.
No, I'm trying to get some points across here. All right.
Please jump forward past all of this about the COVID. You have made your point
I haven't made my point. I wrote it down. I spent hours working on this. Sure. All right. This is ridiculous. You are using your position here.
No, I'm asking you. I'm talking about my opinion. I'm asking you to stay on topic. If you can.
On topic. You know, so how can you know what the topic is?
You to
If I might just,
Trustee Ramsey.
It's ridiculous.
Mr. Mirt, I will not ask you again, or I will end your delegation.
could the
Trustee
delegation
Ramsey.
just please be allowed to continue? In the sense that I think he's trying to give some context, obviously, to the remarks that he's here to make with regard to the what is in front of the board.
Trustee Watson, this is inappropriate. Please have a seat.
Report to the delegate if I will.
You may not speak to the delegate in a minute. You are allowed questions of clarification.
Him to continue.
You are allowed questions of clarification only. Trustee Ramsey?
I was just suggesting that I don't see anything wrong with the delegate trying to give some context to the remarks that he's here to make around the vacancy. If he's allowed to continue, We'll hear the context and then we'll hear about the site.
I'm asking
Directions, I don't think it's helpful.
Trustee Ramsey, I am asking him to skip past his comments about the COVID vaccine. And if he is willing to do that, I am willing to hear the rest of his presentation. That you have,
Why you would like me to skip past the information that is the basis for what I'm about to explain.
because
You don't like it?
no, because what the information you have provided so far is enough context without going into
And how do you know that?
the
And how do you know that? What are you about to say next?
you have stated your opposition to the COVID vaccine
No,
and
no, that's
You
not,
have said
I
why
don't care
you-
what side of the issue of COVID vaccines that anybody stands on. That has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. You're completely out of line, completely out of line.
okay, I'm ending this delegation.
Wow,
I will ask the gallery to please retrain. Thank you.
wow. I think your resignation is something that should be a motion, should be handed here. Pathetic.
Have a nice evening.
Later that evening,
This delegate was allowed to give context to his delegation, and he wasn't interrupted. But that said, if I might to the delegation.
Trustee Ramsey, as I noted before, it was the amount of context. Continue.
Okay.